Welcome. Today I'll be showing you how to master the art of composing a crime fiction novel. Crime fiction novels have unique characteristics to the story that most other genres do not possess. The crime fiction genre was developed in the early 19th century. The crime genre has now grown into numerous subgenres, including whodunits, hardboiled detective, crime thriller, and many more. I picked two different types of text which will help you understand how to write crime fiction. The two stories are Inspector Singh Investigates a Bali Conspiracy Most Foul by Shamini Flint and Lamb to the Slaughter by Roald Dahl. The development of a character is one of the most crucial parts of a crime novel because you want your character to be unique but also have common features of a hardboiled detective and crime conventions. Inspector Singh's character development begins very slow at the beginning of the story, but eventually he is given the hardboiled detective description. Singh is an overweight man from the Sikh background. His methods may not be efficient, but he doesn't care. Singh doesn't like to work with Brown Taylor or the police. He likes to work alone. He has a tough attitude and he loves to drink beer, especially Bintang. In Lamb to the Slaughter, Dahl depicts Mary, the protagonist of the story, as a sweet and loving woman, but progressively shows characteristics of an evil woman possessed by anger, which leads to kill Patrick, her husband. Some of the language techniques used are metaphors, personification, alliteration, repetition, emotive language, and rhetorical questions. For example, on page 25, every single pore on her nose was as distinct and visible as the craters in the moon. Also on page 249, Nuri uses repetition to express her love for Abudallah, lost love's legacy. Lamb to the Slaughter uses a wide variety of techniques, which include humor, dramatic irony, rhetorical questions, foreshadowing, and characterization. When Mary kills Patrick with the leg of lamb and she becomes frightened, she then starts to question herself. Alright, she told herself, so I've killed him. The use of a series of rhetorical questions emphasizes her vulnerability and a deteriorating mental state. The dramatic irony is used to make sure that Mary sounds natural when having a conversation at the shop with Sam, as he is one of the only other people to see Mary. The crime conventions that Shamini Flint used throughout the novel are red herrings, whodunit, and danger or conflict faced to the protagonist. In the short story, Dahl uses red herrings, tension, and setting to truly represent the typical crime conventions. Mary uses an alibi that proves she was at the shops but told the police that Patrick wasn't home when she left. This is one of the red herrings used throughout the story. The plot structure of any crime fiction novel is the driving force of the novel as it keeps the reader engaged and wanting to keep reading it. Although Shamini Flint's book has quite a slow-paced plotline, the use of a whodunit murder makes a slow-paced plot compelling and striking to the reader to figure out the murder. The plot structure involved in Lamb to the Slaughter is completely different as Doug gives you the murderer at the start of the story. This creates tension in the story for Mary to try and cover up the murder. So, I hope that I've given you the tips to master the arts of composing a crime fiction novel. Now start writing.
Created using Powtoon.